Good day, STEM students. So today we're going to discuss about on how to find the exact values of trigonometric functions. So let's start. So we have here the example number 1. So we're going to find the exact value of sine pi over 4. So how to find the exact value of our given function without finding the other functions, the 6 trigonometric functions. We are focusing in one functions only. So we have the steps in finding the exact value of the given functions. Okay? So the first step is, of course, since the given is in radian measure, we need to, yes, we need to convert the radian measure to degree measure, of course. So, if we're going to convert 5 pi over 4, so disregard muna si function ha, si sine. So, let's focus to 5 pi over 4. So, we are going to multiply this given radian into 180 over pi to find the degree measure. So, therefore, we have, yes, 5 pi over 4 times 180 over pi is equal to 225 degree. So, after converting the radian measure into degree measure, what are we going to do next? Anyone? Yes, we need to find the location of our terminal side. So, the first step is, the second step, I mean, is to determine the quadrant the terminal side lies. Meaning, saan po malolocate si terminal side. So, if you're going to graph po the 225 degree, our terminal side of that angle is located at, yes, that is located at the third quadrant. Okay? So, if 225 degree is located at the third quadrant, all you have to do is to remember how to find the reference angle. How to determine the reference angle para mabilis. Okay? So, we already have the 225 and the terminal side is at the third quadrant and the reference angle is 45 degree. So therefore, after finding the reference angle, determining the reference angle, the next step is, yes, the next step is to find or determine the coordinates. Okay? You are going to determine the coordinates. Now, what is the coordinates of our 225 degree? So, since the the reference angle of 225 degree is 45, therefore, the coordinates of that given uh, angle is correct. That is negative square root of 2 over 2 and negative square root of 2 over 2. Why parehong negative? Because it is located at the third quadrant. Okay? So, therefore, class, remember na kung saang quadrant yung naglalay si terminal side, doon nakadepend yung magiging sign ng mga coordinates. Okay? Since the given coordinates is located at the third quadrant, therefore the sign of that coordinates is negative. Okay? All the given coordinates are negative po. Okay? The next one is, of course, we already have the coordinates. Of course, we can now determine the values of our trigonometric functions. So, remember that our coordinates is negative square root of 2 over 2 and negative square root of 2 over 2. Now, remember the past lesson, okay, in the coordinates. Remember, class, that the first negative square root of 2 over 2 is our x. And the other one is y. Okay? So, remember the value or the equivalent value of our sine. Remember that sine is also known as our y. Okay? Sine is also known as our y. So, therefore, class, our sine is also our y. Okay? So, let us substitute the value of our y, which is negative square root of 2 over 2. So, we already have the value of our sine. Okay? That is already our answer. So, sine 5 pi over 4 is equal to negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Okay. Next, given. Okay, how about in our example number 2? We need to find the exact value of our tangent, negative 11 pi over 6. Okay, remember class, the first step is, yes, the first step is to convert the radian measure into degree measure. Now, what is the equivalent value of negative 11 pi over 6 into degree measure? Okay? So, of course, we need to multiply it by 180 over pi. Yeah, that's correct. So, therefore, we have negative 330 degree. Class, remember the given value of the, remember the given value. We have negative 330 degree. And the sign is negative. So, therefore, if you are going to find the location of our terminal sides, always consider the sign. So, since yan ay negative, ang ating rotation ay what? Yes, ang rotation natin is clockwise. So, the next step is what is the location of our terminal side? Okay, you need to determine the quadrant the terminal side lies. So, since yan ay negative, ang ikot natin ay clockwise, so, it is located at, yes, that is located in the first quadrant. Okay? Bakit first quadrant? Kasi umikot tayo ng pa-clockwise and nag-stop siya kay first quadrant. Okay? So, since we already have the quadrant, now, we are going to find naman the reference. Sa isip na lang ha, let's think about the reference of 330 degree. Negative. Okay? So, if that is located in the quadrant 1 and that is 330, ilan na lang yung matitira to make it 360? Yeah, that is 30 degree. So, therefore, the reference angle of negative 330 degree is 30 degree. Okay? So, just imagine where is the 30 degree. So, 30 degree to, ano yung opposite ng 30 degree? So, that is 1 half. Kung 1 half yung nasa y natin, y-axis, ano yung nasa x-axis natin? Okay? So, remember the reference angle. Now, let us determine po the coordinates. So, may 30 tayo, may 30 degree. Okay? May 30 degree tayo, and then, ang opposite niya is positive 1 half, quadrant 1 class, so parehong positive. We have positive 1 half, and our x-axis is, yes, that is square root of 3 over 2. So, therefore, our coordinates is parehong positive. Square root of 3 over 2 and 1 half. Ma'am, bakit nauna yung square root of 3 over 2? Of course, yan yung x natin eh. Eh, yung 30 degree naman is our y. That's why, yun yung y natin. Okay? So, of course, we can now determine the values of our trigonometric functions. Okay? So, again, remember that the coordinates of negative 11 pi over 6, which is negative 330 degree, is square root of 3 over 2 and 1 half. And class, remember again that square root of 3 over 2 is our x and this is our y. Always consider where is the x and where is the y ha, para hindi kayo malito. Okay, here's my question again. What is the equivalent value of our tangent? Kailangan alam nyo palagi yung equivalent value niya. So, tangent, remember, that is equal to y over x. So, using that, malalaman natin yung values ng ating given function. Okay? So, remember class, yung tangent natin is equal to y over x. Diba? So, that is y over x. So, all we have to do is to substitute the value of our y and our x. Okay? Let us substitute po. Yan. We already substituted the value of our y and x. So, we have 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2. Okay. Always remember the rules in dividing the fraction. So, how? Of course, we need to retain the numerator, change division into multiplication, and then get the reciprocal of our denominator. So, therefore, this will become, yan, naging ganyan po siya. So, from 1/2 class, na-retain siya, okay, na-retain po siya. From division, naging multiplication siya. And then, yung ating denominator, of course, kailangan kunin yung reciprocal niya. And then, proceed tayo sa multiplication. Okay. 1 times 2. Hala, bakit 1 yan? Of course, we need to eliminate this one, class. Okay, nag-shortcut lang tayo. Nag-eliminate tayo. Cross-elimination. Because 2 and 2 are both divisible by, yes, they are both divisible by 2. So, therefore, nandito yung 1, nandito din yung 1. So, let us multiply na. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, correct po yan. And then, 1 times square root of 3, we have square root of 3. Okay? And then, of course, hindi naman tayo pumapayag na meron tayong radical sign in our denominator. That's why, nagmumultiply tayo both side. Pag sinabing both side, ibig sabihin, meron dapat kayong i-multiply into numerator and then the denominator. Hindi pwedeng kay numerator lang, hindi pwedeng kay denominator lang. Dapat both side lagi. Okay? So, 1 times square root of 3 is, syempre, any number you multiply by 1, the answer is always the number you multiplied. Okay? So, we have square root of 3. And then, syempre, parehong square root, diba? Parehong square root, na i-eliminate lang natin yung radical. So, natitira na lang is 3. Okay. So, therefore, class, we already have the value of our tangent. We have square root of 3 over 3. So, class, kahit hindi nyo kunin yung other functions, yung other 5 trigonometric functions, you can easily find the value of the given one function. Okay? So, therefore, ang tangent natin, tangent negative 11 pi over 6 is equal to square root of 3 over 3. Okay? So, next po tayo. So, here's the practice. So, try this one. All you have to do is to find the exact value of our cosecant, which is 11 pi over 4. So, try to pause this video and then answer this practice. Okay? Then, after answering this given, you may continue watching this video. Okay? So, here's the answer in the given value. Okay? So, find the exact value of the cosecant 11 pi over 4. And therefore, you need to convert the radian measure to degree measure. So, 11 pi over 4 is equal to, of course, we need to multiply it by 180 over pi, and we have 495 degree. Remember, class, 495 degree is greater than 360. That's why, to easily locate the terminal side, all you have to do is to subtract 360 kay 495 para mabilis. So, 495 minus 360, we have 135. Now, we can now determine the quadrant of the terminal sides. Okay? So, it is located at, so 135, that is located at the second quadrant. Okay? So, since 135 is located at the second quadrant, we can now find or determine the coordinates. And that is our step 3. Okay? So, determine the coordinates. So, we have 135 located in the second quadrant. And the reference angle of 135 degree is 45. So since the reference angle of 135 is 45 and that is located in the second quadrant, so therefore, parehas lang silang square root of 2 over 2 ha. So therefore, our coordinates is negative square root of 2 over 2 and positive square root of 2 over 2. Bakit? Kasi nasa second quadrant siya. Yung x-axis natin ay negative while our y-axis naman po is still positive since nasa above ng x-axis siya. Okay? So, the coordinates is, again, negative square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. And the last step, of course, is you may now determine the values of trigonometric functions. So, again, all you have to do is to remember the equivalent value of our cosecant. And cosecant is equal to, yes, that is equal to 1 over y since cosecant is the inverse of sine. So, remember that cosecant is equal to 1 over y. Okay? So, remember the coordinates is negative square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Now, since cosecant is equal to 1 over y, we can now substitute the value of our y. So, again, what is the value of our y? Remember, class, that this is our x and this is our y. So, let us substitute po the value of our y, which is square root of 2 over 2. So, substitute na natin. So, therefore, 1 over y will become, yes, that is 1 over square root of 2 over over 2. Okay? Next, so according to the rule again, retain po si 1. Division will become multiplication and then get the reciprocal of square root of 2 over 2. And that would be 2 square root of 2 over square root of 2. Okay? And then after that, syempre, since we have the radical sign in our denominator, hindi tayo pumapayag na merong radical sa ating denominator. So, therefore, we need to multiply both side by square root of 2. Okay? So, 2 times square root of 2, we have 2 square root of 2. So, ito yan ha. Minultiply natin tong 2 times square root of 2, we got 2 square root of 2. And then, square root of 2 times square root of 2, we have 2. Na-eliminate lang natin si radical sign. Then, the final answer is, yes, that is square root of 2. Why? Because we need to eliminate this one. Of course, kasi they are both divisible by 2. So, therefore, our final answer is square root of 2. So, cosecant 11 pi is over 4 is equal to square root of 2. Okay? So, next. Okay. So, here is the next example. So, let us evaluate sine 45 degree plus 3 cosine 90 degree. Okay, class, madali lang yan. Okay? That's so easy. Basta remember mo kung ano yung mga coordinates ng given, mabilis mo lang siyang masosolve. Okay? So, disregard nyo muna si function, which is the sine and then the cosine. Okay? Focus muna tayo kay 45 degree. So, kung hindi nyo siya ma-imagine, you can draw. Okay? So, mag-draw tayo, for example, ng 45 degree. And remember, class, yung 45 degree is at the first quadrant. So, kung 45 to, class, therefore, yung opposite niya is square root of 2 over 2. And then, syempre, kung 45 to, syempre, 45 din yon. So, square root of 2 over 2 din yan. Class, nasa first quadrant. So, ibig sabihin, parehas silang positive. Okay? And remember kung ano yung mga sine, cosine, and so on. Class, ang sine is yung y natin. Ang cosine is yung x natin. Ang hinahanap po natin, o yan, isama na natin si function. Ang hinahanap natin ay sine 45 degree. Remember that sine is our y. So, therefore, ang sine 45 degree is square root of 2 over 2. Diba? Plus, class, kapag meron pong constant sa unahan nila function, it means multiplication yon ha. So, 3 times yung cosine naman 90 degree. O, disregard ulit si function, drawing tayo ng 90 degree. So, 90 degree, ano yung coordinates ni 90 degree? Siyempre, since yan ay nasa y-axis, we have 0 and 1. And now, remember, ano ang cosine? Ang cosine is x. So, kung ang x ay cosine, ito yung x natin, ito yung y. Ano yung x natin? Yes, that is 0. So, therefore, sine 45 degree plus 3 cosine 90 degree is equal to square root of 2 over 2. Ganun lang po kabilis mag-evaluate. Okay? So, here's the official solution for this. Okay? So, ayan po. That is the solution. That is square root of 2 over 2. Remember lang kung ano yung mga coordinates, mabilis nyo po siyang masosolve. And remember kung ano yung sign. Sine is equal to y, cosine is equal to x, tangent is equal to y over x, and then yung mga inverse ng tatlo. Okay? Next po is, this one naman, cosine 60 degree and cotangent 90 degree. So, pinag-add. Remember, 60 degree naman yung pinag-uusapan. So, halimbawa, we have 60 degree. So, kung 60 degree to, ano yung nasa opposite niya? Yeah, that is square root of 3 over 2, and then yung nasa baba niya is 1/2. 60 degrees is still in the first quadrant. So, therefore, class, ano yung cosine natin? Class, remember that cosine is our x. So, alin dyan yung x natin? Yes, that is 1/2. So, cosine 60 degree is 1/2. Okay? Plus, ano yung cotangent 90 degree naman? Di-draw ulit tayo ng 90 degree. So, ang 90 degree ay 0, 1. Pero wala tayong sine and cosine. Cotangent ang hinahanap. What is cotangent? Ang cotangent is x over y. That is the inverse of tangent. Okay? So, i-substitute nyo. Ano yung x natin? Yes, ang x natin ay 0. Ang y natin ay 1. Ito yung x natin, ito yung y. Sinubstitute nyo lang dun kay cotangent para ma-solve natin. And class, 0 divided by 1, that is, yes, that is 0. So, therefore, 1/2 plus 0 is still 1/2 po siya. Okay? So, therefore, class, cosine 60 degree plus cotangent 90 degree is 1/2. Ito po yung official solution natin. Ayan. So, therefore, that is 1/2. Okay? And then, next po, ayan, last na to, class. Find the value of our theta if cosecant theta is equal to 2 square root of 3 over 3, considering that, how to read that? Theta is greater than 0 but less than pi over 2. Ganun po siya basahin, ha? Ito. So, theta is greater than 0 but less than pi over 2. So, class, cosecant is already given. Okay? Given na po siya. So, therefore, hahanapin muna natin yung sine function. How to find the sine function? Okay? Let us find the sine function using the value of our cosecant. Okay, remember that cosecant is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Okay? So, sulat natin dito. Cosecant theta is equal to 2 square root of 3 over 3. Okay po? So, remember class that cosecant theta is equal to, ano yung inverse niya? That is sine. So, therefore, cosecant natin is equal to 1 over y. Okay? Para mahanap natin yung sine function. So, therefore, we have 1 over y. And then, how to find the value of our sine? Ang sine is our y, di ba? So, let us substitute the value of our cosecant. Ano yung cosecant natin? 2 square root of 3 over 3. Okay, substitute natin. Ayan. Na-substitute na natin. How to find the value of our y? So, remember the rule, class, you need to use the cross multiplication or the butterfly method. Okay? Cross multiplication para makuha natin yung value ng y. So, y times 2 square root of 3 and then 1 times 3. Kaya naging butterfly siya kasi mukha siyang butterfly. Okay? So, kapag na-multiply na natin siya, this will become, ayan, 2 square root of 3 times y equals 3 siya. Pinag-multiply ng natin, ha, cross multiplication. And then, to eliminate the 2 square root of 3, gusto kasi ni y, alone siya, and kailangan hanapin niya yung value niya. So, So, to find the value of y, syempre, we need to divide both side by 2 square root of 3. Okay? So, therefore, ayan po yung mangyayari na eliminate na natin, pero kailangan ma-eliminate si radical sign. So, you need to multiply. Kung ano lang yung may radical sign class, yun lang yung i-multiply nyo, ha? So, therefore, this will become, multiply lang natin, kay square root of 3 over square root of 3. So, we have 3 square root of 3. Class, minultiply to ha. 3 times square root of 3 is 3 square root of 3. Tapos, ito class, minultiply natin. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. And then, kinopya lang natin yung 2. Okay? Minultiply natin. Okay, bakit naging 2 na lang to? So, i-rewrite natin dito. So, 3 square root of 3 over 6. Eliminate natin to since they are both divisible by 3. So, this will become square root of 3 over 2. Okay? So, that is already our y. Pero ang hinahanap naman natin ay yung cosecant. Tingnan natin kung tama na that is 2 square root of 3 over 3. So, syempre, ang cosecant ay 1 over y. So, substitute lang natin yung y natin. So, we have y is equal to square root of 3 over 2. And we got, yes, that is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Bakit? Kasi kukunin nyo lang naman yung reciprocal nito. Magiging 2 over square root of 3. Siyempre, multiply natin kay square root of 3. Diba? So, we got 2 square root of 3 over 3. So, same lang po siya dito. Okay? So, that's all po, class. And I hope na intindihan nyo tong topic na to. Okay? Thank you so much and have a good day. Thank you!